We have the most beautiful, bright lunation tonight, the first full moon of 2026. This is the Cancer full supermoon, and in the sign of Cancer, we have a full moon that is ruled by the moon herself. And so it is so extremely powerful when you consider that this is also a supermoon, and so the moon is very close to the earth at this time. In fact, it's the last supermoon of this supermoon series. Now, in this moment, it is exactly full. It's 8:02 p.m. in a lovely place called Hervey Bay on the east coast of Australia. I'm shooting this on my iPhone, and unfortunately you can't see it as clearly as I'd love for you to see it. But I'd also love you to note that that planet over there, that bright shining light to the right, that's Jupiter. So Jupiter is also in the sign of Cancer. Jupiter expands things, and so this full moon is very much expanding our emotions. That's what moons do. Moon energy shows us where we are intuitive. It's about our safety, especially in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign, and so like other water signs, it's sensitive, it's emotional, it's intuitive, but Cancer, ruled by the crab, has that hard shell. And that hard shell protects that soft underbelly. And so Cancer on a full moon is going to reveal for you, if you'll take a moment to tune into her energy, where you want to be feeling safe, how you can be feeling more secure and safe in your life. It wants you to have a private sanctuary, a place where you can retreat, to look deep inside of yourself and observe your very private feelings, your private emotions. Now, this particular full moon at the very, very beginning of 2026, which promises to be an incredibly powerful and very different year, is allowing us to cleanse our emotional body, to really look inside, to note what are our feelings at this time. And of course, we know there's so much uncertainty and chaos in the world, and how are we feeling at this time? Cancer wants us to check in with our emotions in order to heal and nurture and honor our feelings. So let's begin by closing our eyes, unless of course you want to look at this gorgeous moon. But allow yourself to quieten your mind, to hear that beautiful sound of the ocean, to feel the stillness of this full moon, and to breathe some deep, deep breaths. To imagine these moonbeams literally flowing into the crown of your head, flowing down through your head, your neck, down your arms, down into your chest, your breasts. These are parts of your body that Cancer rules, those areas that surround your heart. And then draw those moonbeams down into your belly, down into your pelvis, down through your legs, and then with a deep breath in, drawing in even more of those moonbeams. And then with the exhale, imagine that you're sending those moonbeams into your body and then down into the earth beneath you, grounding them in, and at the same time grounding yourself. And now, as you continue to breathe, let these moonbeams awaken within you the tender child that lives inside you. You see, Cancer energy is very maternal. It wants to be your protector, and therefore it can really show you the state of your inner child in order that you can therefore tend to your inner child. How is your inner child feeling as we begin this brand new year? Does your inner child feel safe, or perhaps there are memories that might be arising for you of your childhood where perhaps you didn't feel safe or secure? And that would be very normal with everything that's going on planet Earth at this time. So as the adult, as you are who you are now, can you imagine seeing a version of your child, your inner child? And can you breathe in this Cancer full moon energy so that you can even better understand the state of your inner child that will live within you right throughout your entire life? And can you embrace your inner child? Can you hold him or her in your arms in this moment? Hold him or her in your arms and reassure them that everything's going to be okay, and that in your arms they are truly safe. Because as a wise and spiritual human, you know that you can have faith in everything that's happening at this time upon planet Earth. Take a few more deep breaths in and out. And let those breaths settle deep in your body. Comforting breaths, nurturing breaths. Breathing in more of that Cancerian full moon energy in order to illuminate more of what can be recognized, acknowledged, and healed in this moment, that sweet, innocent part of yourself that might need to be embraced and reassured in the light of this first full supermoon of 2026. Hold yourself, wrap your own arms around you. Feel the comfort. Feel your loving embrace. That is so beautiful. Now, every full moon is designed to restore balance in our lives. Now, when it's a Cancer full moon, it means that the sun will always be in Capricorn at that time. Now, Cancer, as we've talked about, has the energies, emotional, sensitive, intuitive, revealing your feeling nature, how you're responding to life from your emotional senses at this time. And that means that Sun is going to be quite the opposite. In Capricorn, the Sun is in a sign that is quite serious, very much all about the business. The Sun is wanting to find discipline. The Sun at this time is wanting to create and build something for the long term in the sign of Capricorn. And so one can imagine that if we are emotionally insecure and emotionally unstable, that it's very difficult to show up for ourselves each and every day, to be that mature Capricornian adult, to be more of that mature, fatherly, elder. Capricorn is in fact a female sign, but we often associate it with a more masculine energy. And that's because I guess we've been living in a patriarchal world for so long now. But Capricorn is the sea goat. It is the archetype that has conquered both the emotional realms and has the capacity to climb to the very, very heights of the mountain in order to look over the whole purview, to see everything beneath you, in order to bring order, in order to be able to plan and to know the steps that are needed to take in order to be that creator builder, to build those structures in your life for the longer term. So at this very moment, we have a very profound cosmic energy signature. While we see this gorgeous full moon in the sky, on the very opposite side of the earth, we have we have the sun in direct alignment with Mars, the masculine, assertive, actioning planet, and Venus, the feminine energy that shows us what we desire and reminds us of what is really of value to us. It's the magnetism inside of us that shows us what we desire and what we value and who we draw into our life in relationships. When we have Mars, masculine, Venus, feminine together, they come together every 2 to 3 years, and making a conjunction with Sun only every 6.5 years or so. So it's a really, really incredible moment. Not only have they come into this conjunction, Mars, Venus and Sun, but at the time of this full Cancer moon. So what does this mean? It means that in the sign of Capricorn, where the Sun is right now, with Venus and Mars together, like the masculine and the feminine coming together, this is where they set a whole new trajectory, like sexy time. They are creating something brand new. And in Capricorn, what is it they want to create now? What do they want to create in your life that you can build now over this next 2 to 3 year period? And if we put this in the context of the big astrological picture, we know these next 3 years are the beginning of a brand new, I could say 36-year cycle, but actually 6,000 to 7,000 year cycle when we look at what's going on with Neptune and Saturn making their own conjunction at that very first degree of the zodiac in just a few, let me see, it's happening February the 20th, starting a really, really, really big cycle. So I go back and ask you, what can you bring your feminine and masculine personal energies to in order to create something that is truly uniquely yours, something that you can begin to build or pick up in a brand new way and bring your energy to and create for the longer term, something that might even outlive you. And then, because this is happening at the moment with this full moon, how can we bring in that Capricorn, creative, productive, disciplined, tenacious energy? How can we bring it into balance with our emotional nature, one that also takes into stock who you are as a beautiful, emotional, sensitive, intuitive being? So again, close your eyes and feel into, sense into what it is you truly would love to build and create. Something that's going to last. Something that really is brick and mortar upon the earth. Something tangible. Something that is uniquely you. And then consider who you are as an emotional, sensitive person. How can you move through this brand new cycle whilst caring for yourself and your emotions, ensuring that your emotional needs are met? And at this time, as I'm pointed out before, let's see if I can, don't know if you can quite see, but to the right of the moon there is a very bright light. I can see with my naked eye, but on an iPhone, not so much. But it's the planet Jupiter. So Jupiter is expanding our emotions at the moment. And of course, our emotions in Cancer, they are so deep, and they can be, really bring tears forth, and they can really relate to our memory. They can really relate to our early childhood and to our family lineage. And something else I'd like to point out that you can't see in this moment is the planet Sirius. I shouldn't say planet, star Sirius, fixed star Sirius, who is actually also conjunct this full moon. Sirius is a very benevolent energy as well, benevolent like Jupiter. In a different way, Sirius brings good fortune, and Sirius brings heightened sense of your spiritual self, perhaps even spiritual memory, perhaps even memory of your cosmic family. Sirius brings in opportunity, and it really encourages us, like Jupiter, to grow and expand in our life. So with this full moon, as you feel into how it's landing in your own body, in your own emotional body, sense into how you can release emotions that can really trigger you and hold you back, cripple you, if you will. Emotions that, in the light of this full moon, emotional patterns that we can release, emotional patterns that we can dissolve in the light of this full moon, that might hold you back from really expanding into whatever it is that you want to create, emotions that might hold you back because we're too scared, we're too frightened, emotions that really have us playing like a frightened child, when we can really step into our power, when we integrate perhaps wounds that we endured as children or even as adults, wounds that we can right now feel into, show up for. Perhaps where we were bullied, and so now we feel a little bit frightened about getting out there in the big world and standing up for ourselves. Or maybe just feeling that we are not strong enough, or we don't have enough resources. Whatever our emotions might be that we know perhaps can negatively hold us back from taking a new journey forward as Mars and Venus come together to begin a new creative journey. Let's take some deep breaths in now, drawing more of this gorgeous, gorgeous light inside of ourselves, to where we feel there are still memories living within us that, when activated, they simply hold us back. They simply prevent us from not being able to be our greatest, most amazing self. You see, where the sun is right now in Capricorn, it's about our great work. So to have Venus and Mars starting their new journey together again in Capricorn, this is about your legacy. So what can you release emotionally that's going to potentially hold you back from beginning your great work. In this great year as we begin in 2026, that is going to be so incredibly different to all of the years that have really come before us for so many reasons. My gosh, it's a number one year in terms of numerology, so it's a fresh cycle there. I know that there are First Nations prophecies that are really have come to a point where we're realizing, yeah, this is that moment where humanity expands and to this new level of consciousness, where we can live and coexist in 3D space-time, the physical world around us, but to be able to expand into more of our spiritual nature, where we can really extend into our quantum nature and impress upon the plasma and the field around us what we desire to build and create. So consider it now. Let this Cancerian light with Sirius and Jupiter there, empowering it, bringing in feelings that can really make us feel like we want to start that new adventure. We want to expand into more of our spiritual nature. Draw these moonbeams in with these exciting Sirian and Jupiterian frequencies, and let them impress upon your emotional body feelings and emotions that are exciting as we begin this brand new year. And remember that the light that is reflecting upon the moon right now is sun. And sun right now is right there with sun and with Jupiter, with Venus and Mars. It's incredible. This is a very positive energy signature. So take in more deep breaths. Feel these gorgeous planetary energies. Feel them flowing into every cell of your body. Feel them moving into your emotional body. Feel your own emotional self, parts of your emotional body that might be feeling fearful, worried, overwhelmed, concerned, sad, griefy, wondering what your place in the world is with everything that's happening. The universe and our solar system, they want to collaborate with us. So as you feel these moonbeams flowing inside, let them awaken and activate something inside you that you've never felt before. On the 26th of January, Neptune will be moving to the very first degree point of the whole zodiac. That means right now he's the very last degree point of the zodiac. So he's really helping you, all of us, to release difficult emotions. And with Neptune at that last degree of Pisces, last degree of the zodiac, we're talking about emotions and old imprints that come from our ancestral lineage. These could be ancestral imprints that have old stories that just are not relative anymore, and yet they still persist. So as you keep breathing and you stay in this meditative state with this beautiful full moon, recognize and be vulnerable with yourself. Cancer energy is very vulnerable. Allow it to awaken you to those subconscious patterns that do stop you in your tracks, that emotionally hold you back. They might not even be your emotions. They literally may have come about from your family going back many generations. All of these are to be released now. We can't take them forward with us and expect to awaken to somebody new and to be able to illuminate and follow our soulful dharma if we're hanging on to the old, the archaic, what no longer works anymore. Breathe in deeply and intend that these moonbeams and the incredible energy signature of this moment are finding their way into any part of your body where we have these emotional patterns that ought to be released. Emotional patterns that no longer serve you, and set intentions that in their place you rewrite these emotions with this gorgeous, optimistic, brand new adventure, Jupiter, serious energy, emotions that align with good fortune, emotions that align with prosperity and abundance, emotions that are filled with anticipation. We are on the planet with breath in our body at this time to rebirth humanity. And this beautiful full moon is such an incredible lunation for absolutely releasing the old, claiming the new, refreshing your emotional body, initiating yourself in this brand new year. Regardless of how you felt before this full moon, let this be a beautiful, brand new, illuminated, fresh start. If you can step outside, wherever nighttime is for you, and this next night, do look to see Jupiter and Sirius and embody their positive, optimistic energy. And decide that you're going to look forward to the future, like the future that you desire is magnetically drawing you forward, as opposed to anything in the past that potentially could be holding you back. This truly is a year to begin again. You have absolute permission to release the past. By all means, bring whatever of the past you want to bring forward with you, but if you want to let go of stuff, this is most definitely a lunation to do so. And this full moon energy will carry forth over these next few days, even longer. Being a super moon, it's so very powerful. And my goodness, she is so beautiful. And you are so beautiful. Taking a few more deep full moon breaths, breathing in. Imagine her light filling you completely. And as you exhale out of the mouth, release, release, release. Release everything that you are ready to let go of. You don't have to take anything forward that you don't wish to take forward. Allow these beautiful moonbeams to dissolve, to heal, to initiate positive, expansive, prospering, exciting, new emotions and feelings. Wonderful. I wish you love and full moon blessings from my heart. And if you're listening in, I would imagine too that from my heart connected with yours, that you'd wish to send these blessings to all of our brothers and sisters all over planet Earth. May everyone find love, peace, harmony, prosperity, positive feelings, safety, security, nurturing. Let's take a deep breath to close and a big sigh out. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining me in this full moonlight. And I look forward to seeing you sometime soon in cyberspace. Mwah.